GeotimeCard application. So you go to the website called GeotimeCard.com, log on to the website, go up to sign up, and under the sign up, you're going to put your name, email address. This is your administrative email address, your mobile number or your office number, your password. Make sure you remember your password and preferred 8 to 12 digit with the alphanumeric characters, a company name, company website, and your complete address, and hit sign up. The address should be something like full, 1 Parkway, Cupertino. You can take that. As soon as you're going to put the complete address, you should see your map right here on the right side. If you don't see your map, then I would suggest go to google.com/maps and put in your address location and see what happens. You should see that. Google has pretty much everybody's map on there. So go ahead and put that and you're good to go. Once you create that account, you're going to go back here. You're going to use your email address, the one which you created earlier, and your password, the password you created earlier. Go ahead and log in, sign in, and you should come to a blank page here if you're the first time user. Once you come out here, the first thing you want to do is create yourself users. The first you're going to create users, your employees. So in this case, you are going to pretty much click on add new users, enter the name, their email address. This is the email address they're going to get email about telling how to download the application. Their mobile number, password, employee type, designation, and then these are the roles. Right now there are 3 roles you can see here: supervisor, manager, and employee. And we have more descriptive information about the manager and the supervisors, because managers can control projects, can create projects, delete projects, add users, delete users, whereas supervisor can only add users, allocate users to the projects, and cannot delete the projects or the users. Whereas employee can only log in and see their own time cards. So that's about the roles of each individual in the company here. Now, also here we have status. That means if I have a user here and that's active, then the account is active. If the employee leaves the company, you can go ahead and choose inactive, and that employee will be inactive in the system. Down here you have do not track geolocation. So for example, you have an employee that you prefer, that you do not want the employee to track their geofencing location. You trust the employee and you don't want to track them. You don't want the employee to only clock in when they come to their project location. Then you can turn this feature on, and then application will not track them. This is for some people who are work from home kind of people, so that works for them. Similarly, you have SMS users. If you have a employee who is not smartphone, doesn't have a smartphone like Apple or Android in that case, and they have a normal regular mobile phone which is non-smart, like old style phones, in that case they can send SMS messages to clock in and clock out. And so you can check that feature here, and then that way they can clock in using SMS, sending an SMS text messages. Now, also to let you know, this SMS user account is only enabled on our gold package. It's not available in any other packages. All right, so now you have created a user. You're going to go ahead and hit add user, and the user will be added in your list. If you go back here, you can view all the users who had already been created here. We have John Wayne, Tom Blake, Scott Stevenson, Robert. So if you go and click here, John Wayne, that's him right here. That's his phone number, and he's a surveyor, engineer, active, and we do not want to track him because he's a manager. So you can do that as well. Similarly, if you want to see Scott here, or for example, see the roles here, employees and employees. So these are the 2 employees who are controlled, who are geofenced. So they will never be able to clock in if they are not at the geolocation. So once you have created the users, you can go back here to manage projects, and then you can go and create projects. Projects are also the same thing. You go and hit add projects, go and start putting in their address. You can give any name to the project, Facebook project, enter, and this is your miscellaneous. Sometimes you have smaller projects for that particular company. In that case, you can also nickname here, something like a cafe, fix, cafe, or whatever you want to name it. Here is the enter the address. So this is the address you want to give full address. Again, this is going to be working to give you latitude and longitude of the location. So see here, you see there's nothing here, latitude and longitude here, and the map is blank. So as soon as you're going to put in an address here, you will see it automatically fills in your latitude and longitude for the location, and you can see right here it's already pointing out where the location is. And so then you can also go ahead and put in, if you want to still put in an address, you can go ahead and put in the address of the company. If you want to go that, that's fine. And then you can put a project type, it's an hourly or a fixed price or whatever, you can put that. Total hours, if that's something you want to track also as well, you can put total hours. Deadlines, if you have any deadline for this project, you can put that as well. And number of employees you want on this project to work on. So if you have 15 employees who are supposed to work on this project, then you should put 15 here, because that will show on a dashboard the employees. So that's how you add project. And then if you go back here and we see under the projects, you can go back. Oops. So this is the project location. You go ahead and click on it, and here's how it looks like. So now the third thing you want to do is manage project allocation. Now you have to allocate employees to each project. So now we go in here, and I have this office address here, and it's May 2018. I want to have Scott Stevenson come on 25th, 26th, and 27th only, so I can allocate those 3 places. And let's say I want him on 28th and 29th also. So I click on those 2 and I hit save. Make sure you hit save. If you don't hit save, it will not work. Once you're done, that's it, you're done. Now you can go back to the dashboard, and if you go to the dashboard, you will see the one dashboard, one look of all the project is happening. This is the name of the project. It's an hourly. Estimated hours is 500. Total hours so far we have consumed is about 65 hours. That's about 434 hours remaining. Project completion is about, in percentage, about 13% project is complete. Project status is delayed, and the reason for that is because we allocated 1 employee, and right now there's nobody's clocked in. So that pretty much shows that we are going to be running short. As well as we can see here, employee short today is 1. We allocated 1, nobody clocked in, so we are short 1. We have a due date of June 22nd, and the project is delayed. We also see here overtime 1 and OT 2. Overtime 1 is any hours which is about 8 hours. So between 8 to 12 is your OT 1, which is usually 1.5. If you give an employee $10, then it is going to be $15 per hour. If it is an OT2, which is anything above 12 hours, in that case, it's double pay. So if you give an employee $10 an hour, it's going to be $20 an hour at this stage. So right from here, you can see what is happening and how much you're spending over time on this project. If you want to further drill down, you can go ahead and click on the Edges Office here, and that will take you to a drill down of the whole project. Right here, I can see so far nobody clocked in. I also see that John Wayne is been doing most of the work here. He had put in 32 hours so far, which is about 6.4%. And these two guys, Scott and Robert, are 0%. And then the third is Tom, and then the fourth is super admin, and the fifth one, which is the highest, the employee who worked mostly on this project, is John. Right from here, you can see that. That's in a percentage. Now you also see that John has put in 4 hours of OT1 and about 0.2 hours of OT2. You can also see here Tom Blake has put 2 hours of OT2, OT1, and about 9 hours of none for OT2. But we see that that's percentage of how much they have worked so far on a project. If you scroll down, this screen out here on the bottom is the same one which we see on the dashboard. We just gave it here so that it is convenient for any project managers or supervisors to quickly see what's happening on the project. Now, also besides this, if I want to send a message to John or Tom or Scott, let's say they're already clocked in case you will see a clocking here, time here. In case if they're clocked in, then what I can do is I can also send them a message, an email message or a text message by simply clicking here, which opens up this form here, and I can send a message. Hi, hey guys, meet me for coffee at Facebook campus. And I can pick and choose these two people. And I hit submit message, and they will get an email for those messages. Also, if you want to download the CSV file for all the employees, this is the place where you can download these files. So you just hit download, and you can get all the information about these employees for that project. Similarly, if you want to go up and you want to have more historical data, then you just go here and you go to attendance history. This gives you a full detail of all the employees worked in so far. So I can go in and say John Wayne for this project from date, May 1st till 23rd. Tell me how many times he clocked in. We see only he worked on 10th of May. And he worked and he had a break. He clocked in at about 11 a.m., 11:15, and he clocked out at 11:30 a.m. He only worked for 15 minutes. So that pretty much shows what has happened when he clocked in at that time. And that's about it, So in case you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to email us at support@ajscloud.com, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thank you, my friend.